So we're going to put our words in our notebook, class. Before we open to the page that we'll start on, class, can you remind me, what do we call that little punctuation mark that we use in a contraction? What do we call that guy? All right, that is an apostrophe. And we have a whole page about apostrophes. It's 26. Let's go to page 26. All right, so here we are on page 26. So some of us have some contractions written in already. I don't. I didn't get them in my notebook when we did that. So I'll definitely make that a review thing. But so an apostrophe, remember, is that little thing. It looks like, I'm just going to show you one more time. It looks like a comma that's coming down from the top baseline. All right, and we use it in contractions where we have our missing letter. All right, so our first contraction, and we're going to start, let's see, let's do this on our practice paper first, on the other side of yours. So let's start by writing the two words that we make the contraction out of. So first we'll write we are. All right, we are. Go ahead and write that. All right, so make sure yours looks like this. We are. All right, and which letter do we replace with our apostrophe? Good, it's this one. All right, so then go ahead and write the contraction on the other side. All right, pause the video if you haven't finished that contraction. All right, make sure yours looks like this. And now let's go ahead and write it on your first free line where it says contractions. Remember, it says yes because we always need an apostrophe for a contraction. All right, you can pause the video if you're not finished with that. Our next two words are you are. You are. So go ahead and write them. You are. All right, so make sure yours looks like that. And then again, which letter are we replacing with an apostrophe in our contraction? Good, it's this one again, or A. So go ahead and write the contraction, your. And then go ahead and write it on your contractions line. All right, our next two words are they are. They are. So go ahead and write those. They are. All right. Class, which letter do we replace with an apostrophe in they are? Good. Once again, it's this. So all of our contractions with are, we're always going to replace this letter with an apostrophe. All right, so go ahead and write they are, or they're, the contraction. All right, and write it on the contractions page. All right, let's see. So class, we had a word that had a prefix today. Ooh, who remembers what a prefix is? So a prefix is like a suffix, except it goes at the beginning. Right, so it's something we put at the beginning of our word, and it's going to generally change the meaning. Okay, let's go to page 33, where we have our prefixes and suffixes. All right, and for the prefix, so our word was inform. Our prefix is in, not un, right? We have that already, in. So where it says prefix, go ahead and write in. Then remember, I've been putting that dash to show that it's a prefix, in. All right, and the meaning of the prefix in is into. That's what it says. So we're going to write into where it says meaning. Into. All right, and our example will be inform. Inform. So go ahead and write inform and mark it. Remember to do the syllable break. All right, pause the video if you're not finished yet. Inform. All right. The next word we had, or the next word we're going to put in our notebook is nation. Class, how do we say nation to spell it? Good, we say nation. Nation. And class, which sh do we use in nation? We know it can't be our usual one, right? Because this is at the beginning of a syllable after the first one, and it's not the ending ship, right? So we know it's got to be something else. Remember the three that we can use at the beginning of a syllable after the first one are these three. Class, which one do we use? All right, good. We use sh, tall letter sh. Remember, whenever we have that shon ending, well, we say shun, but we spell it shon. It's always tall letter sh. Oh, excuse me. All right, so we're on page 7. Find your tall letter sh column and your first free line, write nation. Say the sounds while you write them. All right, pause the video if you haven't finished yet. All right, that's what our word should look like. All right, let's see. All right, that was all of our words. We'll go ahead and do a couple more things. So one is that when we had the words they are, right, that we made a contraction out of, let's see they, let's figure out what part of speech they is. Let's see. So I could say, let's see, I could say Jacob and Ellie went to the store, or I could replace those two nouns, Jacob and Ellie, with one, what kind of word would it be? What takes the place of a noun? All right, good, a pronoun. So we have a pronouns page. It's 27. All right. And let's go ahead and write, we haven't talked about this really. We have different kinds of pronouns. All we need to know for now is they would be a subject pronoun. All right, so go ahead and write they right here under your subject pronouns. All right. Since we haven't, I don't think we've actually learned this one this year. You can go ahead and mark it. You would have learned it last year, they. All right, great. And let's put our contraction they are one other place. We'll put it back on our A's page, so 76 and 77. All right, which A do we use in the contraction there? The contraction for they are. Good, we use AE, that we do use at the end of English words. All right, so go ahead and write the contraction there. Don't forget that apostrophe. All right, nice job, class. I will see you in our next video.